people? The Team Talk podcast. We're here again, another week with you. My name's Samuel Law, and I've got Cavani today with me. We just finished watching Super Sunday, so the immediate game, most recent game was Man United, Burnley. I'm happy United got the 3 points, but we'll talk about Arsenal and who they play Cardiff today. So yeah, Kev, what are you saying about the game today?
I think at the end of the day, Arsenal got the points they needed. So you have to always start off with commending them for that. I think their performance was decent. The players that you need to make a difference in your team, like show the intent. Like Cech looked like he was up for it. Ozil, big player for them, he actually looked up for this game. I don't think there's many times there's a question of them having players of his ilk when they're criticised. It's never a case of they're not stepping up week in, week out. They're not stepping up in their bigger games.
Well, Ozil,
when it matters.
What are you saying? He don't step up when criticised.
I'm saying it's when they're questioned. It's never a question. It's never that they're just shit. Full stop. It's usually like when it matters, when you need them to step up, they're not stepping up.
Yeah, I think
in
that's
their big moments.
Yeah,
and I think today he did well, and it something happened where I saw him come off, like he got subbed and he looked exhausted. He looked like he had been doing some running. Putting in a shift.
Because Wenger was playing him for 90 minutes.
Because he was allowing him to just ghost and just, Bambi through the game, But he weren't allowed to do that today. He had to step up, perform, and whatever Ozil, whenever Ozil runs and puts in a shift, he looks tired. So
that's a good point actually, because when he got taken off, I thought to myself, has he taken him off because he hasn't played well? Because I thought he had the right game.
He was panting.
So he's panting,
a little bit pink.
Because Jose used to take him off at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
He never used to last 90 minutes. Everyone knew he never lasted 90 minutes.
Some players have got it. And all these clubs, they know it. They know, let's say, you might have a player like Aubameyang in the tests and that, they might know that he can last 100 minutes all day long.
He can
do it.
Though, yeah. It's not the same.
He might, yeah, exactly. But there's other players where they know that, listen, he tails off after 75 minutes. So by the 80th minute, that's when you need to be kind of subbing him, because you're not going to get much productivity out of him. So
yeah. He did okay today. Yeah, he didn't go hard and he wanted the ball.
I was surprised they didn't play Guendouzi and the other kid.
Torreira.
Yeah, I was surprised.
So Arsenal fans could tell me more about this. I wonder how they're feeling, because here we have Granit Xhaka, yeah, and it obviously seems that Emery likes him. I've had people say, oh yeah, it's the first couple games, he's giving everyone a chance. When he finds that Xhaka's that's not it, he's gonna take him off. But it doesn't seem like that. It seems that Xhaka's been starting all the games, and even when someone comes off, it's not him. So like today now, they took off Guendouzi to put on Torreira. Xhaka stayed on. So I wonder how Arsenal fans feel about. How do you feel about Xhaka?
It's interesting. I'd love it if one of these days, we'll start getting some phone-ins from other people and just putting them on loudspeaker and giving them their views and that. It's something we might want to consider. But he played. He looked like he played decent. Sorry, you meant Guendouzi, yeah?
No, Xhaka.
Oh, Xhaka plays Xhaka. Like he just.
But do you see what he brings to the team? Because Emery must see what he brings to the team. Why is Xhaka staying on the pitch, and why is he starting?
I think he brings the only logical thing I can see what he might say is physicality. Just being maybe the strongest in midfield that is probably at the club.
Because Torreira's is a short player.
He's probably not got that physicality.
But he breaks up play though. Torreira breaks up play.
Yeah, but there's breaking up play and there's being able to shield and and duel on the ball and for headers, and it's just strength.
And Guendouzi's young as well.
And Guendouzi's young. You wouldn't expect him to have that level of like strength. So Xhaka might be that physical presence. Like every team has that physical presence. If they're not got that physical presence, they've got the seasoned attributes they'll have. Like let's say for City, Fernandinho, he don't look like he's all that, but he's a man. He can fight and deal with these players. He's got those attributes.
So with Arsenal, it will look like there's just bare energy in the midfield. If it was Torreira and Guendouzi, just bare energy.
He might think it's a balance thing, but I think eventually they're gonna see it. They're gonna that combination is gonna happen one of these days, and if it works,
because Arsenal fans are calling for that. That partnership, Guendouzi and Torreira. Maybe there's a reason why Emery's not putting them together. Maybe it'll be too chaotic in the mid. Like who knows? But Torreira looks assured though on the ball, which is what baffles me. Because on the ball, he looks assured. He knows what he's doing. He keeps it clean. And when Xhaka gets the ball, Xhaka loses the ball. So I know you're saying physicality, but I don't know. Guendouzi and Torreira, maybe a Carling Cup game or one of these games they'll play together. I think that's the partnership for them. But what do you think about Lacazette? I think that guy, man, he took his goal so well today, and he's been my most impressive player for Arsenal this season so far.
Looks like a confident player, a player that's got a new lease of life. He looks confident.
Didn't go World Cup.
Like, he's good. But I don't know. See, that's why I say the relationship with a player and a manager is important, because Emery looks like he's gone in there, and whatever Emery's saying, Lacazette must be feeling it. He's like, whatever, I like this, or it's another chance there. I'm down. I'm gonna just give him my all and just go into it. He looks like he's coming with the right attitude, and he's playing, and he's built. He look like they've got something special there with him and Aubameyang if they keep going. So I see. Let's see how it goes.
But I don't feel like that's the manager though. I feel like from he didn't go to the World Cup, he's probably been putting the work in from early. Like no, this is not gonna run. So compare someone like him and Martial. They both didn't go World Cup. Okay. And what you're saying in terms of the manager, like Emery is probably telling him things he wants to hear. Maybe, but as a player, you haven't gone to the World Cup. They just lifted the World Cup without you, I've got to get back in this first team. And that's what Lacazette's done.
So then we're talking about attitudes. So he might have not gone to the World Cup, and new manager might have come in. He looks at the, he surveys the landscape at the club and goes, you know what? I can F for this. Let me put in the work. I think I'm going to get a fair shake. With Martial now, I think Martial's just all summer thinking, man, let me speak to my agent. Maybe he can find me a way out.
But that's the difference, the mentality there.
But there's a reason for it, because he's had poor experiences with his manager, that which has led to him not being played, which has led for him not going to the World Cup. Is not like when you look at Lacazette and Wenger. Lacazette he doesn't have an argument to say, you're the reason why I never got picked to go to the World Cup. He don't have that.
So you're blaming Martial not going World Cup on Jose?
No, I'm saying, I am, because in a way he contributes, because not only was he not given his fair chances, he was just, the system doesn't work for him. He takes him off. He puts he lays a portion of blame on Martial where it's not justified. He does that to all his players, by the way, because that's just the prick he is. But
who's that? Jose, yeah.
Jose.
Let's stick on the Arsenal match for a second, because so Lacazette, he's a couple goals in now. I swear that's not his first goal. He scored. I'm sure he scored. No, we'll check that quickly.
Well, Lacazette scored. Yeah, he scored today.
No, before today, was it open his account today?
No, I think he scored before, but you can check it. There's so much analytics on United.
Yeah, I think that's his first goal. But yeah, he's done well anyway. Aubameyang, thank God, finally, I was going to take him up my fantasy football team if he didn't score this weekend. He lashed it in. Like we said, they have a good partnership up there, and Arsenal fans have been calling for them to be played together, to start together, Lacazette and Aubameyang. And I think they will cause a lot of teams problem if they start together. They will cause a lot of teams problem. And with that, you've got Ozil, where he's now got runners. He's got Aubameyang. He's got So what? Where does that leave Mkhitaryan actually?
I'm not giving Ozil that excuse about runners. He's been a lazy boy. He's been a lazy guy.
He worked today.
Yeah, he worked today because
he was happy.
I feel like the pressure. You see, sometimes you got to read through the lines. He was dropped last week because of sickness. Yeah, the reports have leaked through to say they weren't seeing eye to eye on something. Now, I would. The way Emery's moving, I will not be surprised if he took him aside and stuck it on him and said, Ozil, I need more productivity out of you. Not that you're coming off and when we put the heart monitor on you, you look like you've just been having a walk through the park. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? We
just know you worked.
We need to know that you worked.
350k.
The sweat needs to be pouring from you. Yeah, we're not when we look, but when you walk past, you still smell of the fragrance you had in your Louis Vuitton bag when you went to into the pitch.
Because it's not like you haven't got it in you. We've seen that in the past.
Yeah,
in the past, we've seen that.
We saw it at Real Madrid.
No, we've actually even seen it at Arsenal. Because when he was playing for a contract here, I was always talking to my boys. Remember #auditioning?
Of course.
He was working. His hair was flying as he was running down the wing.
There's a lot of them that are guilty of that. Ramsey, I remember Ramsey doing that. I remember Wilshere doing that. After players I've played. The ultimate one was Walcott. Oh, never seen someone play for a contract like him. But Ozil was guilty.
But where does that leave Mkhitaryan then? Because with what they play today, it's going to be one or the other. Because Mkhitaryan can play central as well as on the wing.
You need that. Anyone that tells me that you need that competition for places, big players on the bench, upset, vying for that, upset and trying to get in.
So that what you're saying?
Not that he's a bench player.
Exactly.
Not that he's a bench player because they might play their first Champions. No, sorry, not Champions League. UEFA League.
Come on.
Nah, that wasn't even meant. Still. I'll take
the
it.
Europa League game.
League game. Their first
Europa League. We might catch you in there. If we don't catch, we got Valencia. We can actually talk about that as well. Actually, yeah, we can talk about that later on. But go on. So what are you saying?
But their first UEFA League game, Mkhitaryan might score a couple goals. Get his confidence back and then come back praying. Yeah, you need that. You need that.
Before we come off the Arsenal topic, the back four and the keeper. So we've spoken about this several times now in previous weeks, but Emery obviously wants his players to feed into his philosophy and play out from the back, be comfortable with the ball and start attacks from the back and not just hoof it, yeah? Cech again was a bit shaky. You know what I mean? He nearly did the Maddison the other day, like what Maddison did yesterday. He nearly messed up, and then also minutes later he passed it to a player, one of the Cardiff attackers, who should have actually converted it. So he was lucky. But is Emery still right do you still believe Emery should still be implementing this playing out from the back strategy with the personnel he has?
Okay, here's my opinion on it in general, because you probably never had the opportunity to hear that from me. I don't understand. You see, playing it from the back is not the same as taking on the striker. They're two separate things.
Elaborate.
The ball's coming to you. The striker's sprinting at you from an angle. What right-minded player, forget goalkeeper, player, would not usually try and take the easiest option of, they only usually do that when they have no choice. I'm tight. It's a tight space. I'm cornered. There's nothing else to do. I've got to dribble. These goalkeepers that are trying to go the other direction of the striker, bro, the goal's right there. But keepers, it just takes a toe and they'll get in. I hear you,
but keepers and defenders, you said what player? Man City defenders, Barcelona defenders, a lot of teams have showed you that, we play out.
Okay, no, not the playing out. I get the playing out. I'm saying the taking on of the striker in that last moment. So what you do when you're dribbling, because in essence, Alisson tried to dribble.
Yeah. You should be dribbling.
And Cech again, you try to dribble. It wasn't that you tried to direct your body to make a pass in a different direction the wrong option, or you picked the wrong pass. Because then that would be saying that's where you can then question, why are they trying to play out from the back?
Yeah.
No, that's playing out the back. It works. We've seen it. It works. It's the bit when why are you trying to take on the striker? You tried it. And when strikers come into the game and you've got this, past 2-3 games you've been taking on the strikers and thinking,
you're gonna try that with me.
You're gonna try that with me. I'm gonna work on this on training. Like, you hold the ball, and then when you try and take it to the side, let me try and work on my defending, like pressing game. Because then your keeper, they're looking at you. You're not even a goalkeeper.
Do you think Cech wants to play out from the back, or do you think he's thinking, you know what, to stay in this team, I've got to do what the manager wants?
Of course, he's got to do with it. They just paid her. How much money did they pay for the German keeper?
But supposedly he can do that.
Yeah, I'm sure he can. But he's got the momentum, so he's got to try and keep it. So he's been asked to do something which
he's not comfortable with.
But what? Let's call it what it is. Cech is at the end of his career. He's in the twilight stages.
Yeah.
He's now being asked to do something he hasn't had to do for his entire career.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's been asked to do this. The Cech, if you could corner Cech and put him in this room right now, he'll probably be swearing in Cech right now, saying, "What the flip? I'm having to do this nonsense. Like, what's all this bullshit? I've been happy hoofing it under Jose Mourinho."
Arsenal fans even taking this into consideration when I'm seeing the trolling on him, from their own fans. Like,
it's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
I allay some. That's why I like to. People don't like to allay no play. Like there's certain people, certain mandem that will come on this show that don't want to give managers, like, they don't want to give them their smoke when it's time for them to collect it.
So what are you saying? Emery should drop Cech or change his style? Which one?
It should explain. It should be clear. You see,
what should Emery do? Change his style or bring Leno in to implement the style that he's going with. Because he's got the personal from the bench.
Hold on. If his instructions are, like I just explained, take on the defender in certain instances,
no manager will tell you to do that. Whoa. No manager will tell you to do that.
What are these goalkeepers dealing with?
What, you think Klopp yesterday told Alisson to do that madness?
Yeah. So yeah, and Klopp made it very apparent in the interviews that's ludicrous. Yeah.
Okay.
He was making it so clear that I'm not giving this. Yeah, I'm not involved in any of that. So this guy's doing his own nonsense. My thing is, in that situation, you just kick it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, if they're not listening and they want to keep, and the next game Alisson does it again, I expect to see.
But Cech is going to play next game though.
Yeah, but.
So that's what I'm asking you.
So you're asking me. I'm saying he should check being.
No, if you're Emery. Do you replace Cech for Leno or carry on?
At this moment, it's just a conversation. It's just one straight conversation. Yeah, in that situation, you can hoof it. I didn't say we play from the back where we can. And then in other instances, but in instances where it's looking tricky, hoof it. I don't even care if you give away a corner. Yes, it's better that you do that than, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you do that, then let it go in the back of the net or make yourself look like a clown. You got a lot of stripes. Cech is a well-respected goalkeeper.
That's what I'm saying.
To be all of a sudden needing to be doing dribbling when he gets the ball, he's trying to run around.
And I respect him. He's fighting for his place. He knows to stay in this team, I have to actually knuckle down, and I'm sure in training that's non-stop. He's trying to practice that Emery's philosophy. But yeah, so Arsenal won. 3-2, 3 points for them. 3 points to them. Right. So before we get to the United game, let's talk about Tottenham quickly. So we didn't watch the match because we were watching United, Burnley, but Tottenham. So their 100% record's gone then. Because they had a 100% record before this, right?
Yeah, it's due to go. There's no team that's gonna have a 100%
Liverpool
record.
got it, I think.
Yeah, Liverpool still got it, but I'm saying they're not gonna. It's not gonna last. Of course. No way. So so even undefeated, let's say, like, certain things have happened. We're in a new climate. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Watford seems to be Tottenham's bogey team. They're taking points off them in the past few seasons now.
You know what? I really need to just analyse that game, because I haven't really. There's some teams that have evaded more.
Watford look alright. Pereira, they got some players there. and the manager's actually not bad. He's not bad at home. They're doing what was it? What it was in Watford today, right? And they won. Yeah, it was. Tottenham played away. He's got a good record this season at home. So yeah, definitely look out for Watford. But let's get to the United game. So after a 3-0 defeat on Monday, I saw the fixture list and I saw Burnley away, and I just thought, you know what, this is not the game you want after a 3-0 defeat. With what's going on at the club, the situation, the media spotlight, just the frenzy around United right now, I thought this is not the game. Okay, I'm happy with our display today. I think that was a very good display. Maybe not perfect. It's not perfect, but with what I thought the game was gonna go, the way I thought the game was gonna go, I'm happy with the way the players played. They're still playing for Mourinho. They played kind of how we played against Tottenham in the first half, on the front foot. Sanchez looked good. Let me bet you what. You said it wasn't a good performance. So we'll break it down anyway. I'm happy with the performance. United won 2-0. Should have been more. Pogba missed the penalty. He misses the penalty. Rashford comes on, and a moment of madness, gets sent off. We'll talk about that as well. And it looks like, we're gonna crumble. Kind of like the momentum's shifting a bit. But United, they held firm. Fellaini was in there. Everyone was winning headers. Matic kept the calmness, and we could have even scored after that. Lukaku goes through on goal, misses it. But yeah, how do you feel about the game today?
So, you know what? I think, let me be fair and just say, it was an acceptable performance.
Okay.
They got the job done. During the game, you heard me upset at several moments. And the reason why I tried to explain, the reason why I was upset at those moments was because I'm not shouting at Sanchez because Sanchez had a decent game, right? If you're just an average player. Yeah? No, literally.
What kind of backhanded comment is that, bro?
Hold on, literally.
Come on.
He's not an average player. He does not receive average wages. There was a couple of situations where I turned around and he had cut in, and he laid off the pass to Lukaku, which Lukaku tried to chip. Joe Hart saved. Then there was other opportunities.
The reverse pass, very good decision.
It was I think okay. You feel that was a good decision?
Yeah.
Right. I feel like at that moment in the game, he'd laid off the ball a little bit. Quite a bit, and okay. He provided some assists, some chances. Yeah. He created a little bit. Now the Sanchez of old, that was one of the most feared forces in the Premier League, was a guy that needed to have 4 or 5 chances at goal. Yeah, the thing that Arsenal fans used to complain about is greediness. Yeah, at United, is completely gone. Now I feel like it's gone the other way too much.
Do you think that's his choice, or do you think that's Mourinho telling him we play like this? You can't be selfless.
Okay, I understand. He might have felt like the Arsenal's team was beneath him to be so selfish in certain instances, and so he might have felt like, I've been passing to these people. They're not providing, so I'm gonna do it all by myself. I get that. That might be something that comes into play with it. But there were situations where I just wanted him to hit it and be the guy. See, Chelsea have Hazard. Man City have countless guys. Aguero, De Bruyne, Silva. It's too much. That's why they are where they are. United are struggling for that individual brilliance, where someone's going to just get the ball and go, yeah, I'm going to run with this, or cut in and just hit it, score that stunner, or curler, or whatever, finesse, whatever. I don't really care. But he's the guy that I look to in our attack that's capable of doing that week in, week out, based on his skill and what he's shown us before. So when I get upset during the game, it's because I know this might suffice against Burnley. Oh yeah,
Well,
all
it's not
day.
an easy place to go.
No,
man. Turf
I'm not
Moor,
saying.
it's
No,
not
hold
easy.
on, hold on. I'm saying, like, some of the goals we scored, I don't feel like the ball will run like that against the bigger teams.
Then you're
against
not
the
serious,
Liverpools.
because football's football. The ball can drop any way, any which way.
Yeah,
it doesn't
but
matter.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
Yes, the ball,
guys,
yes,
let me
hold
stop
on.
this guy.
No, the
This
balls
guy,
are, hold on, wait. No,
wait.
let me finish. Then
Go
you
on.
can give your little thing on what you feel like I am. The thing is, the play. You're saying the ball can drop at any moment to any guys. If that is your hit and hope attitude to the way your football team plays, except your team is a shit team, a shit team. If you're gonna turn around and say, hopefully, like literally, then why don't we play the old system?
Okay.
Wait. So then why don't we play the old system where we just knock it to Fellaini and then hope for the best?
So let me ask you this. Lukaku scores his first goal. The ball comes to Sanchez, who we just spoke about. He finesses the ball in, whips it in, Lukaku scores the header. You turn around and say basic, and you're screwing your face. I've got the video. Now, what is hope there?
No, okay.
Sanchez whips it in, Lukaku scores.
No. Okay.
Yes, you heard it right, guys. A United fan screws his face as Man United scored. He wasn't happy Lukaku scored.
Look. There's deep. Well, what you're talking about and what you're trying to shed light onto is a deep underlying upset right here about the way the team is playing and free falling into just mediocrity.
Okay.
That's what I feel like this club is doing.
Okay.
So that's where the excitement and intensity that used to be there is really not there at the moment, because I feel like it's not being, the players that are not being managed right. They're not giving it. Listen, Sanchez came off the pitch. He put in a decent shift.
Of all games,
Poor money. Yeah, I know, because I said it because momentum would tell you keep him on the pitch, let him get. He needs to find a rhythm, and he's not getting, and he doesn't have that right now. I would have kept him on the pitch. Get him off the pitch. Puta. He's like, this guy is an idiot.
Threw his bandage on the floor.
For his bandage on both of them. He took one off, did it, and then it went like it was just in the moment. He found time to go and do the other bandage and chuck that on the floor too. I'm sure if the camera stayed on him, you would have saw the big fling and then the other big fling. You see what I'm saying?
He wasn't happy.
Yeah, because
and then the guy that comes on for him, let's talk about that now.
And then Rashford comes on.
So Rashford
he's
comes
another
on.
guy. Nobody's getting no momentum. Rashford comes on, useless. He's just coming on. He's just blind. You don't know see what he's doing. You're getting goaded by a player. He's giving you a little kick out. Roll on the floor like Neymar or something.
Let me go back because while we're watching the match, shout out Tabs. Tabs was here earlier to watch the match with us as well. I was saying Rashford was very silly. And you guys were disputing that, telling me, but you'll react as well. It's 10 seconds. Allow him. He's young. There's no excuse. Yeah, because that could have ended very bad.
I said the reaction. I wasn't saying how he reacted.
Yeah.
Many players react, but they don't. They do what they do. They react, but don't do something that gets them sent off.
No, but listen.
Okay, watch this. Every player, every top player that plays with an energy to them, yeah. So you're omitting like players that just don't show no passion for the game, yeah. They would usually in that instance they'll get up. So what are you doing? What are you effing
You're
doing?
not supposed to do that.
Yeah, but you don't get Cardiff for that. No one's gonna get Cardiff.
Richarlison. Wait.
Let me spell it out. I'm not saying see the headbutt.
Yeah.
What he did. That's wrong. He shouldn't have done that. He could have got up, got aggressive, been shouted, said whatever he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he pushed him, the maximum he would have got was a yellow card. Right?
So what was your point? Yeah.
My point is, that's how you have to channel. If at a maximum, that's the maximum you should allow your aggression to be channeled.
No, because this is what I'm trying to tell you.
You don't get pushed. You don't get red cards for pushes.
I just showed you. No, I'm talking about the headbutt he did.
Yeah, but that's what I just clarified. I just said that is what he did when he was upset is what you can't, because what you're asking for is for someone to not react ever. It's not realistic.
You can react, but okay, look.
That's what I just said.
No, but look,
you could react to swear and push.
But
and
that's what I said
right.
earlier.
That's okay.
I said that earlier, and you guys were talking.
No, it was Tabs. He was drunk.
You wasn't agreeing though. When I said you said what will you do? You kept on asking me what would you do? Yes or no? Would you react? I said no, and you didn't believe me. I said if I was winning 2-0, I haven't been playing because I said that's frustration to me. That's frustration that he's not playing. Like he's just frustrated. If I'm winning 2-0, yeah, and I've seen also that Richarlison got sent off For that same thing, last week, he got sent off for a little clash of heads. There was no proper malice in the headbutt. He got sent off for it.
That's assuming.
If I'm winning
That's
2-0,
assuming he's a student of the game and watches the.
well, he better be. If I'm 2-0 up here, I'm not going to do that. I'll stand up and I'll say suck your, like, you know that I'm not gonna say it, but I would wind him up because I'm 2-0 in the lead. I've seen players do that. I've seen Neymar get fouled and wind the players up.
At the same time,
there was no, and the thing is that could have ended very.
At the same time, he's young. They all go through it. Like all great ones need to go through that. Hopefully, he will become one as well. But they all need to learn their lessons. They need to learn their lessons.
Let's talk about the person that I'm hoping now will benefit from this. Yeah, Martial hasn't played in the last 2 games. He hasn't been featured.
Anthony Martial.
There are reports that he's about to sign a new contract with United. We'll talk about that as well. But
we needed to.
Do you feel he'll get?
We needed to lose for him to sign that contract.
So yours, meaning that Jose would have got sacked?
Yeah, he would have. He's Jose out like me, man. He's Jose out like me. I know. It's clear he's Jose out like me. He must be super frustrated.
What does that say about the club? That it's obvious the manager doesn't want this guy, and then they're gonna give him a new contract. Does that not undermine the manager?
What does it say about Mourinho that you are one of the? You see, you spun a lie. You tried to act like you're this Superman manager. You're not at all.
But the past has shown us that he's a man manager to some. There's players that have come out.
Watch this. He has not been given the funds. Yeah. He's now somehow it's taken 2 years, and we're now seeing some productivity out of Luke Shaw, left back. This is a guy that wanted to go and blast 75 million on Sandro. Yeah, Juventus left back, right? He wanted to go and blast money to find a left-footed, like to find something that he could have just worked on. He needed to get, however Luke Shaw is, he just needed to relate to him and bring that out from him from the outset. That's why there's a section of United fans that are like, we want Pochettino, we want those managers. There's some of them that are saying we want those managers that just seem to make do first and foremost with what they've got. They squeeze the most out of what they've got before they start asking for more. Mourinho is he feels like he's an entitled bastard. He comes in and he's just like, you out. I want fresh players. And Ed Woodward is just a guy that's turned around and gone, what? Why? Wait, so you want me to sell Martial and buy who?
Perisic.
Who's 29, 30?
World Cup finalist.
Are you balanced? No, but yeah, I don't give a shit if even if you turned around and said that same scenario to me about Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, I don't want Martial gone.
If you turn around and said that, even it might buy you 2 years of brilliance, but then what? Whereas if you could just work on and even as a manager, he should take more pride to be able to say, I created Martial. I brought him up to his levels. He just like now, even to the heights that Ronaldo's at, who's the one that could claim to claim
Ronaldo
that
says it. He says Fergie.
Yeah, like who molded you? Who made you what you are? Who put you on the right path? It's Fergie. It's clear as day. There's no questioning. So his greatness, Fergie's greatness, when you've got players under your CV that can say that you can turn around and say, yeah, you've got. Whereas Jose, everyone you grabbed was ready made. You didn't. Who did you really bring and coach up and bring through and turn into? You were winning. Rashford. That's LVG's claim.
No, Lingard is helped, but I get your point.
No, yeah. Lingard. There's some of them is the players are either self-helped, like they did their own thing because he rinsed out the loan system and then just finally came good. Yeah, Pereira again. There's nothing he's been able to do himself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get you. But for me, after the match, Jose Mourinho, even that the last 5 minutes of the match, the fans were non-stop shouting Jose Mourinho Red Army, yeah?
Yeah.
the fans are a lot of the fans are still on Jose's side.
That's United.
And
That's United fans being United fans.
Before the game,
they were screaming Moyes. They were screaming Moyes' name to the very end. They are United fans being United fans.
Before the game, there was a banner that flew across the stadium saying Ed Woodward, specialist in failure. Yeah. Now, from what I can see,
that's not. By the way, take into context. That is not 100,000 people or millions of people hiring at that plane.
No, I get you.
That's a couple of individuals. That's a couple of individuals that have done that.
Let me land.
All right.
So my point is that there's a section of fans that feel Jose is the issue, and there's a section of fans that feel that the board is the issue. That is a deeper issue than the manager. That if you let Mourinho go now, you can bring another manager in. Same kind of situation as Arsenal, where if you bring another manager in under the regime, the current regime, nothing's going to change. So you're just going to be picking people to come in and out. Whereas the board have to do their own. Because I'm going to say, you've given the guy a new contract. When you're giving the guy a new contract, you've basically said, we believe that you're going to take us to where we want to go to. Right or wrong? Right. You've basically said, it's like at a job now. They've given you a raise. They've given you something to say, okay.
When did they give him the raise?
Well, it was last year, January. So he had a 3-year contract. This would have been his last season.
They gave last year January.
Or this year January, I think it was. Was it this year January? Yeah, it must have been this year January.
Are you sure?
Yeah. But my point is this. They've given you a new contract saying, okay, we don't want you to leave at the end of the season, yeah? At the end of this season, we want you to build. Okay, that's cool. You want me to build? That's fine. All right, I'm ready to build now. All right, cool. Can I get a centre back, please? Because, all right, the ones I bought, you know what I mean? It's going to take a while.
And from what I saw, they turned around and said to him, okay, yeah, that's fine. You need to let go of some centre backs before you bring any more.
Yeah, in. That I don't mind. That if that's the case, I'm on the board side.
Pure business. No, this basic business.
No, but coach also said, shout out to coach in the first one of the first podcasts that we did. He did say you have these defenders. Rojo's on like nearly, is it 150? Something like nearly 200. Smalling's on P's. So they're on contracts that they've got now. Where are they going to go that someone else is going to pay those contracts? So it might be hard to offload them as well. No one might want to pay what these defenders are on. So you've got them, and Jose's saying, listen, you saw the game, you didn't watch the game on Monday. I watched the game after, the highlights, the full extended highlights. Alderweireld, who I've wanted for 2 seasons, yeah, who I've said is one of the best defenders in the league on his day, he was so assured in defence. And it was so ironic to see him perform, and then our defenders doing madness. Ed Woodward's in the stand looking at the player that Jose said, I wanted him, and he plays so well against us.
Yeah, but to all of these scenarios, there's always an answer. There's always a formula to it. In Italy, those players that have been for years for Yonks, they'll be at Juventus, one of the big teams, and going, "Oh, I'm not going nowhere." What happens? They get loaned somewhere, and they just play out. But Jose Mourinho's got a problem with players being loaned out, like certain players like Rojo. Oh, I'm not going nowhere. Okay, no, just buy me. He doesn't care about that side of business. He's like the Uber reverse of Wenger, super on the other side.
That I don't care about. I don't
care. Just give me the money. Just spend. I don't care what happens to the club after I'm gone. As long as I can sit in a press conference and said, how many titles have I got? You need to put some respect on my name. Blah 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 blah. He's so self. He doesn't give a shit. That's the reason. That's why he is the way he is. He doesn't care.
But wait.
Whereas
Can I ask?
What about the legacy of Arsenal? What about the stadium build? What about the?
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
Did you not know this about Mourinho?
Yes, I did.
So what are you complaining about? If you know this is Mourinho.
Hold on. The time I wanted Mourinho, I wanted him right after Moyes. I wanted him before Moyes, when Fergie was going, and I wanted him right after Moyes as well. Yeah? Right after Moyes, I knew he'll bring stability.
Stability?
Yeah, because Moyes had come and
what makes you think he'll bring stability? If what you just said there...
Okay, watch this. Mourinho has brought the profile of the club back to a respectable level.
Oh, so you do agree with that, yeah?
No, I cannot argue what is not to be there to be argued. Sorry, I'm not one of these other guys that you need to. I'm gonna battle nonsense questions.
Okay,
with.
so you do agree with that?
So of course it's clear as daylight.
He steadied the ship.
He steadied the ship. The next question is right. You steadied the ship, and we've been very frivolous. Like Chelsea, the last time the other English team that you were with, they just spend money with no regard. They just spend it. Now at United, he's been spoken to by a board which is like, yeah, it don't quite work like that.
What do you mean? But before that, Van Gaal had a war chest, and even when he came and he got the 4 players he wanted.
Hold on, wait 1 second. Van Gaal had a war chest, but he earned that war chest. You know why he earned that war chest?
Why?
He brought through young talent.
But he bought trash that Mourinho has to get rid of.
Cool. No,
lot of trash.
No, but you see what I say about Van Gaal? He earned his money. He made a case for himself, an undeniable case. If Van Gaal came to you with the points that he was able to come with, you would have given him the money as well. Okay, him turning around and messing it up, that's in hindsight, it's a beautiful thing. You can't then turn around and say, oh yeah, but he messed it up. But he deserved the money to be able to, because he was bringing players through and he was making your academy system worth it. What Jose is trying to do is turn us into the new Chelsea, wanted us to be the new Chelsea. Like, you know how Chelsea were going just haywire in the early Roman days?
Yeah.
He wanted to get to United, think, yes, I'm at the biggest club in the world. Right, now give me 500 million so I can go and buy this big player, already made, put them together, tell them, yeah, you're all amazing. Now go out there and perform. He just wants a cheat code. It don't work like that at United. We have a philosophy where we believe in bringing you through, and then we'll buy the spring.
You knew this, which is why I'm surprised you're saying you wanted Mourinho, but then you didn't.
No. I wanted Mourinho, and I got Mourinho, and he came and he did what I wanted him to do.
Now you can bounce.
No. What I was hoping he would do is have that. You know what? You say you're the special one. You've put all these asterisks after your name of all these claimants of the things that you've got. Can you not just use one of those to just show me that you can adapt your style a little bit and just bring some young people through? I didn't think he was so rigid that you were so, oh my God, you need ready-made players only. You're not ready to even try, because now you're being made to look of you. If anything works for him this season, he will look stupid. I'll tell you why. It would have meant players like Luke Shaw, who you were trying to act like as trash and needs to bounce. You would have brought something out of him. You would have got some sort of decent performances out of him.
Yeah.
Because right now Shaw's playing well. So what happened to is his brain? I didn't see you on the touchline today screaming instructions out to Shaw. He was playing his own game. And you weren't responsible for that.
He's not going to always get it right. His press conferences, sometimes he doesn't get it right. But I will still say I'm definitely Jose in for now. I want Pochettino, and if he's not available,
yeah, but
I
you're
want
only
Jose.
No, okay.
But before
you're only Jose in because you want him. He needs to finish the rest of the season.
I want Pochettino full stop.
Yeah, so okay, yeah, but okay. What's the likelihood of Jose being sacked tomorrow and us paying something out to get Pochettino to walk in the next day? It's not going to happen.
Exactly. So that's why I'm not Jose out as well. Because right now the players are still playing for him. He hasn't got a dressing room. But before we come off the United topic, the Jose Mourinho topic here, you said earlier, yeah, he's thinking I'm at the biggest club in the world. Do you think he knows and recognises that he's at the biggest club in the world? Because a lot of times they say Mourinho, it's third season syndrome. He throws his toys at the pram. He tries to find a way out. The press conference on Monday after Tottenham, at first I started laughing like, oh man, they're going to blast him. They're trying to line him up. They're trying to get headlines. And he fell for debate. But I saw passion there. And for the first time, he admitted that, yeah, we got booed at the Sevilla match because we weren't good enough. He admitted it. You know, remember this after the Sevilla match that day? That's what pissed me off. That was his first strike for me. His second strike, I always say it was this pre-season, the way he was acting. But after that game against Sevilla, he was saying, yeah, the players did what they could, da-da-da-da. But on Monday he said, yeah, we got booed, and rightly so. We weren't good enough. But he was saying, yeah, the players were applauded today because we tried to play a good brand of football. We tried, da da da. So he showed a form of like passion there, and I think not only is he fighting for like to stay at United, I think he's fighting for like his reputation. People saying he's losing it, he's lost it. Like you saying he's rigid, he can't adapt. I think maybe he's looking at this like, maybe I thought I was going to be here for 3 years, but I think I'm going to actually try and do something here.
Samuel. Yeah. Do you think he's doing that for our club? He's doing that for his own selfish
No, that's
self.
what they said, reputation.
Doesn't
I
give
said that.
Yeah, but you.
Yeah, but meaning
you blind the fans and make them think you might mean he's doing it for us. He's doing it for himself.
If I just said his reputation, what I'm trying to say is, couldn't this work in our favour to where he knows, okay, I have to deliver, whether it's for us or himself, the end result meaning, okay, if I was fucking up before, I've got to make sure I deliver now. It could work in our benefit, is what I'm saying. Whether it's for his reputation, I don't care. If it's for himself and he's a narcissist, which I knew he was, I couldn't give two bananas. What I care about is Man United. So if he gets us winning, and especially now the board have put their foot down in terms of they have say about who's coming and who's going, before we come to the topic. So anyway, you round up on the Jose Mourinho topic because we're going to move on.
Well, as just what you were saying, as like a great manager, I just thought like how great managers are able to spit shine, old shoes, like dead players sometimes, and just make them look better than they are. Now, there's certain people that we both know that they've been of this opinion for ages, but sometimes it's just dawned on me, hold on, there's actually there's some managers out there, like in the past, especially like the great ones, they would really squeeze some amazingness out of some dead players and like gave everyone this false illusion of what they really are. You're not that good, but I made you work for me and it worked. Then when he was ready to sell it, but Jose is that the reverse. He wants to criticize the player, blast the player, then ask Woodward, can you now go and sell him, please? For what? How much do you think? What? You brought his value down after blasting him, telling him he doesn't have a brain and all of this press conference antics, and then now you want him to sell him for who? To what? Every team that after you've done that, they're gonna turn around and go, oh, yeah, we'll give you, if he's 60 million, we'll give you 35 still. My issue with Jose more so is just a person. It's him as a person.
Oh, you knew what person you brought in anyway. You know what?
Because we were dire. We've come a long way.
We've been on this convo too long. We're not gonna agree. We'll see how the season plays out. It was up to you. Mourinho will be gone tonight. I don't think that would be a good idea for United. I think about the club first, and I think that we'll be going backwards if we sell Mourinho, because we'll be none the wiser to what's gonna happen in the future. At least with Mourinho, there's some sort of, he's brought the players in and he can work with it. But whoever takes over United, if Mourinho does go, is in a better position than anyone that's come post Fergie.
And when I criticise players about Sanchez and he had a decent, if someone might turn around and be like, yeah, he played all right today, and I don't care about his performances against the likes of Burnley. I don't really truly in my heart question his ability to step up against the likes of Burnley. I look for the signs to show me he can perform and do things that there is no team that year. That's the Sanchez I remember that was worth spending $500,000 on wages and giving it to him for. That is the level of performance I'm looking for.
Cool. Quickly, let's talk about a couple other games. Let's talk about Liverpool quickly. They won yesterday, 2-1. They've kept the 100% record. They're doing their business, isn't it?
The other side of the scale, momentum's a beautiful thing. A manager that gets the happy camp going, seeing good team spirit. It's all good and one for all. The players that aren't really that talented, feeling like they're superstars. It's the whole spit shine effect. Dead boots, but give it a bit of wipe, and then they're all of a sudden everyone's thinking they're all that. Is this not the same Milner that clubs were bouncing here and there? How many clubs has he been at?
No,
he's a useful player,
but
winner, but yeah, he's a bit. He's supposed to be a bit part player. Henderson, all of a sudden, we're gonna try and act like he's a top player. You know, you see, Liverpool have got the right formula right now. They've got a good balance.
I mean, yesterday,
and the manager is responsible for bringing that balance.
Yes,
is how many players do you see in the newspapers or look to you are unhappy at Liverpool?
No, maybe Fabinho.
Oh, that's one player that hasn't really got his good break. But right now, he's sitting on the bench of a winning team.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's a different... It can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Even the best. I'm talking the best. Unless you're Ronaldo or Messi, you could easily go to a next club and then they're on a 5-game winning streak.
And you can't get in.
You can't get in. You got to wait.
Because Fabinho's not a rubbish player. He's a good
you
player.
got to wait.
Even Naby Keita didn't start yesterday. I think what it is for Liverpool, they've got squad depth. They look the business, but
do they really have squad depth?
Bro, look at their bench.
Okay.
Look at Liverpool's bench. You got Shaqiri on the bench. You got Sturridge on the bench.
Look,
if Ronaldo plays, you got Naby Keita on the bench.
Look, Shaqiri is a player that he was going for how much? Who wanted him? He was going what? I think his transfer fee was at 13 million. Well, I didn't see a queue of teams going for him. United could have gone for him.
You would have wanted. I would have.
No, hold on. That's not my point. There's teams that could have gone for him. They didn't go for him. He's got to Liverpool, and the culture, it seems okay. All right, it might be too early, but let's not wait. I'm gonna call it how I see it now as I speak. It looks like they've got the right sort of team
balance. The balance is right.
The balance is right. It's like you can walk in and the energy is correct. And players like him, even if he wanted to for a second throw one of those hot 1 minute, cold the next, he'd be like, yeah, we win over here, G. So
we can't be consistent.
You can. If you want to come with this inconsistent self, you can be inconsistent on the bench. And
but he knew what he was up against.
He knew. Come and play.
He knew his position. He's seen the front three: Mane, Firmino and Salah. He knows what time it is. So he knows what role he's gonna play.
So I give the majority of that credit to Klopp. The majority of that credit to Klopp. The player, people turn around and say, I remember there was, we got a group, someone was pushing hashtag Klopp, yeah. If you look at it and you analyze it, he had a defensive crisis.
Yeah, hashtag Klopp was basically in our sports group. When Klopp first came in, guys were praising Klopp about the way he's got Liverpool playing with the Jurgen press and stuff, and then when Liverpool went on the fade and they started losing games, hashtag Klopp was the one going around the sports group.
But and then so that was to say like, yeah, what is he doing now? Well, there was a deficiency which was defense, and he bought Van Dijk. He paid over the odds for him, really, but he still needed him.
Exactly where I wanted to go next. I want to shout out Gomez. He was solid yesterday. He actually played better than Van Dijk.
Yeah,
he was very good yesterday.
He was really immense.
And then you got the fullbacks.
It's the consistency.
Yeah, it's the consistency. But I'm definitely gonna watch him closely, because before that injury, he got injured against Arsenal a couple of seasons back, maybe last season. But he's a player that I said, you know what, he can play for England. Yeah,
and they've mentioned it already. But you see me, I feel like, what did I say to you earlier? I said, Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker if he progresses and keeps up with what he's doing.
Who's that?
In a back three.
Who's that?
Gomez.
Yeah.
If he plays in the England system,
he plays in the back two.
But he would then for England, he'd take Kyle Walker's place for England. So
you think Kyle Walker comes out the team in England? You're buzzing.
If he hold on. I said if he continues.
Let's just say he keeps on doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Do you think Kyle Walker comes out?
I don't see them dropping Stones. I don't see them dropping Maguire.
But Walker can go right wing back. Take Trippier out.
But I wouldn't take Trippier out for Walker, because Trippier offers he offers more creativity that is worth him staying in the
It's
team.
gonna sound weird, but I think a lot of what England did in the World Cup was the Man City players. Like,
It's Trippier.
no, I feel like Walker influenced.
No, wait. But we saw it. Like maybe it's a few weeks, so my memory's a bit fuzzy. Trippier was a
Yeah. Trippier was a guy. But Walker played very well in the World Cup. He played in the back of a back three.
Wait, hold on. It was his defense's lapses. He doesn't know centre back. He don't plays. He's not a real centre back.
Okay, so you're saying Walker comes out of the team if Gomez continues this form?
Yeah.
Because I definitely think Gomez will play for England.
It's a nice problem for them to have. You know, we're even talking about something that, you know, let me not say I don't care, but it's not got my full emotion behind it. It's like
international break now, which basically stops us from enjoying the Premier League, especially now we've won. Now I want to play the next game for you.
Oh, so that's why you were trying to segue into it. Okay.
No, but what I was saying for England,
I'll tell you then. If that's your reason, my opinion of it is England had a fantastic chance to win the World Cup, one they will never get again, and they blew it. So if there's a lesson learned in life, yeah,
so
you know what?
Exactly.
You don't go to university, yeah. If you go to uni and you're trying to do, you know, a science degree,
yeah,
and it's not working for you, and you're not getting past the first stage, yeah, you're not going past year one. You try a couple times after that. Well, who are you kidding, bruv?
Yeah.
So that's my vision of England.
No, but England are always gonna go World Cup.
You're always gonna go World Cup.
They can't not try it.
Like, come on.
I think they've got something to build on. But I want to ask you about. So obviously you said Gomez can get into the team, yeah. Maddison for Leicester. I watched him yesterday against Liverpool. Yeah. Now, in terms of
don't get over excited.
Listen to me. In terms of like the style of play, like what he brings, yeah. I think there's only a handful of players in terms of like maybe Lallana, players that can play in that hole. I think he's got a chance, you know, to play for England.
He's got a mad queue ahead of him though.
Who? Maybe in the system they play, they don't play with number 10.
What players will be basically? He'll be vying with
Lingard, Ali,
Lallana. If he gets a good Loftus-Cheek. Yeah, he could get in the squad.
He can get in the squad.
Nah, if you're talking, if Barkley's in that
no, Barkley's vying for it as well. I'm saying Barkley's trying for the to as well.
So is
Walker.
So is Walker.
No, but what I was trying to say, even Ox hasn't come back yet. But with
so it's only because he's brand new. He's the new it thing.
No.
He's just gonna have his moment.
When I was watching the match, yeah. I think it was Redknapp that was on the punditry, and he was saying that he's been around the country and a lot of managers are teaching. Put it this way, he's seen a lot of Maddisons coming up, young boys, and he's saying that we need that kind of player. Like England need that kind of player.
You need more
that
of
can play
them.
on the turn.
You need more of them to in this style of play that is being played today. Yeah, he's got the right flair. It's good. That means that's a good sign that if players like him are coming through, that old system that I grew up in when I was younger of they don't want you to dribble too much and flair was almost coached out of teams. It might not be the case so much if there's because I'm seeing a lot of the young players. A lot of these young English players. They look like really comfortable.
Josh Foden, Phil Foden's number one.
There's the kid that a few of the Chelsea players are in the same breath. I'll put them there. A couple of the Arsenal players again, all know the young boys. They know how to dribble, so it's a good sign.
But his one not just dribbling. Like I'm looking at him closely, and he's playing that kind of cam role.
He's not scoring goals like Lingard came through and scored goals. He's not scoring goals like Ali.
It's still early.
Okay, let's see. Let's see how it goes. But he needs to. You see what those guys did. He needs to be having that kind of run. Even Ox, there's a lot of players that came and they made not just a performance. They stamped their name in the lights with goals. Here I am, Maddison.
He scored already this season. He scored this season.
He needs to do it like they were.
I'm watching him closely. Put it that way. Now I think you should watch him as well. Like let's see his development. We'll talk about him more in the podcast. But another one as well, Damari Gray. I think he's a decent baller as well. Like. You've got guys like Welbeck and that in the team that are on the cusp or on the fringe But then you also got players like Damari Gray that are ready to replace him. If
long term, of course.
yeah,
Of course.
but yeah. Before we head out of here, the Champions League draw came out on Thursday, I think it was. Yeah, Thursday. So we're gonna quickly go through each group and pick out who do we think is gonna go through the top two. Yeah, ready to do that? Yeah. So I've got it here with me.
He caught me off guard.
Bro, it's just here in front of me, bro. That's just make a thing. It's
It's
on foot. Alright, so we got Atletico. This is Group A, yeah. We've got Atletico Madrid, Dortmund, Club Brugge, and Monaco. Who you thinking top two in that group?
Yeah. Atletico, Monaco.
Oh, not Dortmund, yeah.
I just put a spanner on that one. I just say, if you're asking me, I believe Atletico top it and Monaco get second.
Yeah?
Second.
Alright, say nothing. Group B, Barcelona, Inter Milan, PSV, and Tottenham. Whoa, what a group!
Yeah, obviously.
I forgot about that group,
I think Barca should win that group. Spurs second.
Europa League is going to be very interesting. Yeah. Europa League is going to be very interesting. I think someone's going to definitely go to the Europa League. There's a lot of teams that are going to go to Europa League from this Champions League. So Arsenal, that thought they were going to do something, they got some competition. So what you're saying, Tottenham second? Yeah, I think Tottenham second. Alright, cool. Group C, I don't know how to pronounce this team. Kredna Zadeva, or whoever they are. Liverpool, Napoli, and PSG.
Yeah, PSG, Liverpool. I go Liverpool.
Napoli's hard.
Liverpool top it. PSG.
That's a
second.
group.
You hear what I said? I said Liverpool top it and PSG second. I won't even use you. That's like blasphemous, but yeah.
You said Liverpool first, yeah?
Yeah, I think Liverpool grab the top.
Aye, that's gonna be a game. Oh my god. PSG and Liverpool. Yeah. Mbappe, my guy. Yeah. Neymar. Yeah. They got players. That's gonna be a mad game.
I just imagine the open player that as well. Liverpool pouring, countering.
Quickly, what? Wait. Let me ask you. Which front three is better? Salah, Mane.
Don't disrespect, man. That's disrespectful. We're basing it off of a little quick upturn of Salah's last season. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, of course, man. These guys are proving themselves.
Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria, or is it
no, Cavani.
Oh, Cavani. Okay. Yeah. So you're going to. Alright, cool. Group D, Galatasaray, Lokomotiv Moscow, Porto, Schalke. A bit of a dead group, but I would say Porto.
Have you been paying attention to them?
No, I think Porto.
The teams we know.
I think Porto, and I think maybe Schalke.
I ain't analysed them that much to be able to really know who the next team is there. I think that's an open group, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Group E, AEK Athens, Ajax, Bayern Munich, Benfica. What are you saying? Top two.
Yeah, Bayern and Benfica still.
Bayern, Benfica, yeah? In that order?
Yeah, probably.
Group F, Hoffenheim, Manchester City, Lyon, and Shakhtar Donetsk. Calm group for
City, easy win. Second.
I say Lyon.
I say Shakhtar, boy.
I think Lyon. Lyon played against Chelsea in the pre-season. They look good, man.
Well, you go through. Yeah, actually, yeah. Shakhtar, it'll be close.
Shakhtar, they lost Fred in that as well. Group G, CSK Moscow, Real Madrid, Roma, and Victoria Pilsen.
Real Madrid, Roma.
Yeah. Alright.
Kind of clear.
Group H, the big one. Juventus, Man United, Valencia, Young Boys.
Juventus top.
Who's coming second? Are we going Europa? Or are we going last 16? Because I've heard very good things about Valencia. I haven't seen them play this season, but I've heard very good things about them and their coach. He's cut out a lot of things in their diets. He's got them playing 100 miles per hour. They got fourth last season, but the season before that they were languishing at the bottom.
None of that is the reason why I would say Valencia.
Wow, you're going Valencia second.
Yeah, if you're asking me what, obviously I want us to top the group. I want us to win the Champions League. That's what I want. Of course, come on. I want us to win the.
My fear is Sevilla. How Sevilla knocked us out. We couldn't adapt to that Spanish football.
Yeah,
we were too afraid.
So on that basis of looking at this group, then the last hurdle was another Spanish team. Maybe, I'm looking at it, I'm saying, Juventus might run off the pitch, embarrassingly, at this moment in time. If they had to buck us right now, United are pissed still. Valencia, we probably don't want that smoke either. Even young boys could disrespect us, So, at this moment in time, I say, where you're saying, do you see? Hold on. You're even taking a piss because the levels of our performances. Why are you assuming young boys are gonna finish fourth? You're trying to say,
oh no, we have to finish above young boys.
We
have to. There's no way young boys are finishing above us.
Okay, because Third Sport gets the Europa and they could disrespect us and then we finish bottom of the group. It could happen.
No. Listen, I think we'll come second.
Yeah, okay.
I think we'll come second. Ronaldo comes home as well. Comes to Old Trafford.
We know what's happening there. We don't even need to.
So negative, man.
It's not negativity. It's just reality. It's like, what do you want to happen? Look at the players. Look at the Arsenal. Look at the players. The rare talent they've got.
We've got players,
Playing to what? Based on their potentials of
Pogba goes back home as well.
No, but these are players that used to play good. We got players that we're crumbling them.
Let me ask you a question, yeah? Pogba goes back to Juventus to play. He's gonna go back home or go back to Italy to play, yeah? Which Pogba was better? The Pogba at Juventus or the Pogba at United currently? Who was a better player?
Who's stronger, you now or the Samuel when he was 15?
Okay, so you think Pogba was better now? Mm-hmm. Okay. This guy in your Ghanaian quotes. Your Ghanaian parables.
It's not Ghanaian parables. You're asking me silly questions.
They're parables. No, because a lot might say he was flowing more for Juventus. Like he was shooting the highlights that I've seen in Juventus as well. What he was doing.
And maybe the league was a bit different.
Okay,
yeah.
So he's better now.
And maybe the system, just that having Pirlo there and the whole system, maybe it's just a bit sweeter for him.
Yeah.
But still, you can only compare just by the eye test. I cannot go and super analyze the other teams and were they pressing him as much, or he had better players. I feel like better performing players to pass to and finish, and he was winning titles. It looks, of course, I'm going to say the Pogba Juventus. How many titles did he win on the trot with them? He claimed a lot of silverware there. Pogba then obviously he looks better. The only Pogba that you could say is better is the one that turned up for France.
So wait, is Pogba better now or better at Juventus? That's my question. Because you said if you're a 15-year-old, are you stronger there or are you stronger now? So are you saying it's better before or better now? You basically changed your thing.
No,
you changed it.
It's not.
You said
that. I was the only reason why I gave that analogy is because I was trying to show the disparity, the difference between the two players.
So you're saying I can't ask the question?
You shouldn't be asking me that question in the first place.
Fair enough.
Because Pogba was 90 million. He was worth breaking the world record for then. Yeah. Is he worth breaking the world record now for?
Oh man, this is depressing.
Did you see any bids this summer from Real Madrid or Barcelona? Or did they drop the world record bid for him? Yeah. Or was that just his agent spinning some bullshit because he was trying to make a
Listen, don't worry, it'll be well, man. It'll be well. United. So
that's ladies and gentlemen, that's sunny side Samuel for you. It will be well. It'll be well.
I'm not gonna be negative.
With the future, soon he will be a pastor, but we'll wait till that it gets there.
United till I die, mate. That's how it goes. Yeah. If everything else. So it's been a good podcast. Next week, guys, we have a special one for you. Sean Porter fights Danny Garcia in I think it's the MGM they're fighting.
Woo.
So I have
Who you
coach.
picking?
I'm team Garcia, man. I just love that camp. Like I just that the way he fights, the way that the whole swag, everything. Yeah, I'm Garcia, man. I think Garcia. Sean Porter's not easy on the eye. He's effective, but I feel Danny Garcia will come out on top. Just because the thing is, Danny Garcia, yeah, he
Why?
No, wait,
I'm
let
with
me-
you. I'm with you, but I want you to say one
Let me
thing.
break it down. So Danny Garcia, yeah, he doesn't have a lot of output, which is the frustrating thing for me. So he doesn't throw in bunches a lot of the time, and he's very. There's times he might be down on the scorecards early in the fight, and with Sean Porter, you don't want to do that against him because Sean Porter's gonna have his head down in your chest, and he's gonna be active for the full fight. He can get rocked, he can get dropped. He's still good. That's the one way he fights. He tries to fight on the back foot, but it just doesn't work. He reverts back to tap, and he's a forward fighter. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. That round six rounds in, Porter might be up in the scorecard just by activity. Do you understand? But I thought when the later rounds come, I think Garcia can even get him out of there. I swear to you.
Oh, that's he
I think he's got. No, but I'm gonna break it down. So I think like Garcia, he's got power. He's got power in his punches. Porter is just an active fighter. He's just active. But that's my fear though. The judges need to look at the quality and not just the quantity. Do you understand? They can't look at this guy's work rate. He's working because that's how they gave Porter the win over Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner did the cleaner work, and it was a very bad fight from Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner even dropped him in the last round. Sean Porter was up on the scorecards, clean.
I think
He was just working.
I think it's gonna be matching. It's gonna be okay. Every like 50-50 here and there, and then just the same old thing. This is Garcia is just that he's got that bang.
He's accurate as well.
And I won't even. He takes. You make a mistake, Garcia's onto you.
Yeah.
He's got the bang to make you. Oh, out of nowhere. Just hey, you're down.
Amir Khan.
No, Amir Khan's not even the one.
No, Amir Khan was working. Amir Khan was up on the scorecards when he dropped him.
I can do that to anyone. Can do that to of course I could do that to Amir Khan. Like I'll outweigh him ridiculously. But I'm saying like there's a lot of people that could do that to Amir Khan. He's a hype job.
No, but he was winning that fight. He was actually fighting well, and I think Roach was in his corner them times, and he was sticking to the game plan, but then Amir Khan, his concentration failed him. Do you know what I'm saying? He got hit by that punch.
Sean Porter's got the IQ to
that's what I'm saying.
To navigate.
He's got that ring.
To navigate through the rounds and try and avoid that power punch that Garcia carries. Because if it's purely boxing, Porter wins. Clearly.
If it's
purely boxing, if you're talking like boxing, picking your shots, he like missing, making him miss and using the ring, I feel like Sean Porter should win that. But it's not gonna be that. It's gonna be a dogged fight. And when it's as a dogged fight, I feel
that suits Porter more, a dogged fight.
Well, when
Garcia's not a dogged fighter.
No, but he has the back. I don't say he's but listen, you can be. It'll be in a dogged fight with Garcia. I believe you can be dominating him, but if he lands cleanly on your temple or chin, you are sleeping. And that goes to anyone. I don't care if you're Errol Spence.
Even if you don't
you are going to sleep.
Even if you don't sleep, you'll get
you'll
up.
Go down.
But the whole fight is changed.
Yeah, you're dropping, and he knows how to finish you.
Yeah.
When you're stepping back up and you're still.
What fight were you thinking of when you said the work rate? When you said that's not the fight I'm thinking of. When I said Amir Khan, which fight was you thinking of? That Garcia did that. You know how you said the guy could be doing what he's doing, but Garcia once he bangs you. Because for me as well,
there's so many. For me,
Lucas Matisse fight, I was so impressed. That's when I said, "Yep, this guy's confirmed." Lucas Matisse was on a mad run, and he was one of the most feared. Like guys were ducking him. So when I saw the matchup made, I think it was even on the undercard of the Floyd fight, Floyd and I think it was Ortiz. And yeah, Garcia just looked so impressive, man. And he got him out of there as well. I said, this guy is confirmed. But yeah, I'm going for Garcia. Yeah, that's the fight next week, Saturday, MGM. So I have Coach and Big Lee on the podcast next week, boxing guys as well. So as well as we're going to talk about football, we'll cover the analysis on that fight. So make sure you guys watch that fight so you can join in. You can tune in on Sunday or whenever this drops next week for the analysis. So yeah, it's been a good one, Kev. It's been a good one. So everyone, take care. We'll see you. Don't watch out as well for the football Team Talk football show coming out every Thursday.
Get in the comments as well.
Get in the comments as well, yeah. Share it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Dapo, the host of that. Yeah, and subscribe to the channel. Follow Team Talk Online on Instagram. Alright, peace.